Hello again everyone, Age of June here, and we are back casting another Starcraft 2 game. This is from the Go for Starcraft 2 tournament that is often held on Twitch. I know I've seen Go for LOL as well, although I haven't seen that in quite some time. I'm not sure if they have stopped doing it, or if it's just not one of the top streams anymore. But it used to be a fairly big thing. It's just a amateur, well, somewhat amateur little get-together tournament, and just hosted by a smaller company. Doesn't usually have a huge prize pool, but you know, it does have a decent prize pool. So in this particular game, we've got QuanticHyun, who I'm sure at least some of you know. He's been playing back since Brood War, and he's been doing fairly well. He's obviously a member of, by the way, it's this guy. He's a member of Quantic Gaming, and he's won a decent number of tournaments since then, played through Wings of Liberty, everything else, so he's somewhat well known, and you know, obviously he is in the Quantic team, so he's obviously not bad or anything. And then he's going to be against the blue Terran down in the bottom right corner, who is cShuttle, also known as Mental King, and in fact that's actually what the replay was labeled as, Mental King versus Hyun, which kind of confused me there, and I had to Google Mental King, and of course Google decided I was actually searching for men talking. So, you know, returned a whole bunch of searches for men talking, which really wasn't quite what I was looking for. But anyway, Mental King, or Shuttle as the case may be, is obviously a Terran player on the Clarity team. That's what the C there stands for. Is this walled in yet? No, there is going to be a scout. So he is in the Clarity team. He is, of course, he is South Korean, and he's been playing for quite some time as well. Not sure exactly when he started playing, but he joined Clarity back in December of last year from the looks of it. So he's been with them for a while. I've actually never really heard of the Clarity team. I don't know if it's just a newer team or it's just not quite as big. Also, it could be the fact that, I don't know, maybe they came about after I mostly stopped watching Starcraft. I'm not sure, but either way, I hadn't heard of them, and now I have. Okay, the Terran was actually just getting his guy there just in case the Zerg was going to attempt to grab it with his drone here, because he really can't do anything else except die to the Reaper. Reaper says bye-bye. Down he goes. Okay, so the Zerg has gone ahead and expanded over here. We take a look at the development tab. He did just finish that, so it's not showing up anymore. He's got a couple of queens on the way, obviously. Really good idea there. And he's got some Zerglings on the way as well. He does have the 2 bases, and it looks like he's just continuing to macro up for the moment, which is exactly what you do as Zerg. Expand, 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 and macro like crazy. So the Terran is also expanding. He's actually building his base down here. He kind of figures that the Zerg is going to be macroing like crazy right now, so he figures he's fairly safe. He also has his Reaper here scouting and doing as much damage as he can. Just kiting these poor Zerglings around. He could probably kill them if he wanted. Eventually. We'll see if he does use his macro to do so, or he ends up losing it. He actually came really close to losing it there, but it is a Reaper, and they have really good regen, I've found. I was actually really annoyed by that. I had one against me, and yeah, a couple of oh, actually no, there was just one Reaper, and it really didn't do that much damage to me, but it was still annoying, just because I did damage to it, and a short time later it was back up to full health, so no! But yeah, they're pretty cool about that. See, he really just did that. He just lifted that up. I don't know if he just wasn't paying attention or what, or he just doesn't care because he's got his Reapers coming. So, he actually just lifted his units, or his buildings up there, which is not at all what I was expecting. I thought he'd keep that there until he destroyed the Zerglings, but no. So he does have his second base working now. It is transforming over to an orbital command. Obviously a good idea. And if you ask Husky, it's very, very important, and he will rant at you if you do not do it in his Bronze League Heroes game. So people, if you're going to send a replay to Husky, make your orbital command. Otherwise he'll scream at you. Honestly, I don't blame him at all. It is a really important building for the Terran, just because of the fact that it does allow you to drop the mules, and it allows for scans. And the more orbital commands you have, the more mules you get, and the more scans you get. So, yeah, it's definitely a good thing to have. By the way, this is actually the Akalon Wastes map. LCS version, actually. So, in case you were wondering, that is what this is. The Zerg has gone ahead and done another expand over here. And, of course, the armory for the Terran. Doesn't look like he's doing any researching here yet, but he's... I think you need that for a couple of the buildings. Possibly add-ons for that. I'm really not sure. But he is sending out a couple Hellions here for some Hellion harass. They are going to be seen by this Overlord, though, so it's probably going to be at least somewhat countered. They are going to go ahead and scout out this thing. Did he see that? Or did he turn around too soon? He does know it's there. Okay. So yeah, he saw it. I was kind of curious. I wasn't quite sure if he saw it, but indeed he did. So he's going to go ahead and send a dropship over here. The Zerg really has not done much harassment at all. So he's going to go ahead and do some harass of his own. He's got a couple Hellbats in here, and he's probably going to drop them in the mineral line if he's smart. He is going to be passing over the, or close to the roaches. I don't think he saw them, and I don't think the roaches saw him. I don't know if that saw him either. But the roaches here are actually running across the Hellions, so they know that's coming, but I don't think they know about this. So here comes the drop. The drones are already moving. There is the drop. It is going in, and it is picked up already. So this medevac there is actually pretty low. It's going to try to escape here. The roaches are in position in case he decides to come, and if he does, this queen will also be waiting, and it looks like there's another queen coming down. He does not want this to succeed at all, and the queens are actually attacking, so he's got to go. This queen is probably going to take this down, actually. It didn't quite yet, and now it goes down, and down goes the Hellion, or Hellbat, sorry. Don't think much was lost there. Oops, wrong button. There we go. He actually did take 4 workers, which is actually a lot more. Oh, that I didn't see. He was doing another harass down here, and he's got a lot of workers out of this. Holy cow. I'm going to go ahead and rewind so we can see that whole thing. Sorry that it's going to go way back, but unfortunately I don't have a choice. Boom. Okay, let's get rid of this. Don't want to see that. The harass up there is going to happen fairly soon. Here is the Hellions there. It looks like... Oh, okay. There's another 2 dropships. This is the nice little bit of harass up there just being used to completely distract. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this back up now. And we can see exactly how much this did. There we go. 6, 8, 12. They are just melting all of his drones here. 14 now. And this dropship is going to get out with 2 of the Hellbats there. 14 drones is a really, really large amount of damage for this early in the game. That was actually a very good drop. And this base is kind of, well, it's not even all that crippled, honestly. If you look at it, he's still got a decent number of drones. If we look at the units here, it is 59 to 47. So the Zerg is still way ahead in drone count. Not surprising. It is Zerg. They're very good at macroing, and he's just been mostly fighting off drops, and hey, he's doing pretty well at it. So the Terran looks like he is going to go ahead and expand. Take a look at that. I'm sure that he has... No, he doesn't. I expected him to have a command center on the way, but he actually does not actually have it yet. He's just going to go ahead and clear out these rocks. He's probably then going to go in on these rocks as well to block off the path. But for the moment, he's just clearing it out. There is a scan right here. Just like taking a look at this base, see what's there. He sees the Roach Warren, a couple evolution chambers, and I don't think he saw that they're going in on this. And the Lurg looks like he wants to go ahead and expand as well. Definitely going to stay one thing ahead. There is the orbital command coming over. Oh, it was already made. That I didn't know. Okay, so it was already made and transformed into an orbital, so as soon as it gets there, it's going to be able to drop. He did indeed go in on these, so this destructible debris is now over here instead of being here. So this is walled off. Still possible to get through. Just takes a little time. And in StarCraft 2, a little time is a very, very big thing. What's that? Hit point bars. Ah, okay. Actually, I don't know what that does. Not seeing a difference. Okay, so here comes a pretty big attack here. He's going to go ahead and take down this Spore Crawler before it actually completes. And now his forces are going in on the Roaches, or not. There we go. They're going to continue taking down, by the way, not Spore Crawlers, Creep Doomers. A little bit of a difference there. So they're going to go ahead and fall back. There are a lot of these Widow Mines here. And they're going to fall back too, it looks like. I thought they were going to go and wait there for the roaches and try to bait them into nice attack, but no. Not sure what that is. I have a feeling it's a queen coming over for another creep tumor. Yes, it is. And... nice. Okay, so this creep is not going to be too affected at all. And this creep tumor is going to go down as well eventually. Does he have the rest of his army here? No, he doesn't. He's actually going to leave the creep tumor and just go ahead and go on the offensive here. There are the Widow Mines just planting themselves down, so the Zerg has to play very safe here. Or he can just send a single piece of army in at the same time, and oh, they're getting really close, and oh! His entire army there was just decimated, but he's still got a couple more roaches coming in from the top, and the Widow Mines are now on cooldown. So these guys are probably going to go ahead and attack. Indeed they are, and the Zerg player probably doesn't know that the Widow Mines are still on cooldown. These Marines are going to go ahead and focus down this Spore Crawler, or Spine Crawler, not Spore Crawler, two different things. And now they did get lifted up by the drop ships, and they're still getting lifted up, and now they're just going to take off and run away. Oh! The Widow Mines taking out these guys. And okay, so he does have an Overseer, and he's going to go ahead and take out what he can. He wasn't able to get these four because they were picked up by the dropship, but he did get a decent amount there, and he's probably going to go ahead and take out this army as well. No, he actually did not end up taking it out quite yet, although if these Mutilas catch it up, this guy's gone. He is, and this guy's probably gone as well. He did drop a couple Marines, but honestly, they didn't even really do much at all before they died. There is another army coming out here. Going to go ahead and take down the Zergling, and it's coming in on this army. A lot of Banelings morphing in there, but they had to get canceled. So all that money comes back to the Zerg. Well, not all the money, but a lot of the money comes back to the Zerg player there. Overlord spewing creep. No expansion for you. And there is the small little Terran Death Ball. This is something that is actually really important, people. I am terrible at it. Attack! 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 You gotta keep attacking. I don't. I tend to build up a massive army and then try to take them out with that massive army, and usually I fail and bad things happen. So don't be like me and go ahead and do that. Oh, these Banelings! Oh, they just got destroyed by the Widow Mines there. The Widow Mines did go down as well, but they were able to take down a lot of the Banelings in the meantime. And now this army is pretty much still here, and there's only one Baneling to fight them. It did end up taking out a single Marine. So now it's going to go ahead and come in. There's another whole bunch more Banelings. It does take out pretty much that entire army, but the Widow Mines are coming in to go ahead and destroy these things as they come in, but now the Widow Mine is going to go down, and the Terran is forced to back off yet again. It looks like the Zerg also had a harass going on of his own. But these medevacs are going to go ahead and die. Dead. Oh, not dead. Oh, yeah, it died. Okay. But the Overlord went down as well, or at least one of the Overlords, because there's apparently another one in there as well. Terran's just scouting here to make sure that the Zerg has not expanded yet. He did see this massive army here. Where was that one? I'm not sure. Okay, so it was here. He was just yet again clearing out the creep tumors. Good idea. Whole bunch of Banelings, they're going to come across, and they do end up taking out the Widow Mine, and I don't think the Widow Mine was able to fire beforehand. So these guys are trying to get out as much as possible, but there are some Widow Mines here waiting, so these Zerglings are going to come running across it, and they're all going to die there. Mutalisks are kind of melting here. The Marine Micro there is awesome and just taking them out, and now they're going to go ahead and flee before the roaches get to take down the Marines. So this thing is still building. I've thought this thing would have finished a long time ago. He started on it quite a while ago, but apparently not. Alright, so that Overseer is really close to dead. There's a Zergling harass wanting to come in, but unfortunately it can't at the moment, but it's going to go ahead and go in on these rocks. The Terran player has no idea. So the Zergling actually might be able to do a nice little run by here if the Terran does not figure it out soon. These rocks are at about half health now. The Zerglings are going to go ahead and fall back. I think the Terran player figured it out. He did. So his Marines are coming in. They're going to go ahead and go in on these Zerglings. Zerglings just say, we're going to take down these rocks as much as possible, and then die. Now they died. So that's the end of them. But here's another Terran Strike Force coming in. The Mutalisks are going to go ahead and take down these medevacs, but in the meantime, the Terran Force is coming in, going to go ahead and take down these rocks, and oddly seal themselves out, and kill 2 Widow Mines in the process. So he actually ended up killing his own forces there, and now he's got to destroy the debris again, so that he can get into the base. I don't know if that's really what he was intending. I don't know if he thought that it was there or something. I really don't know what happened there. I have a feeling these are picked up by these turrets, so if any Terran units come out, they can go ahead and kill those, but I really don't know. Another Zergling run by, going to try to take out these rocks. These Zerglings are just going to melt here. Terran army is still up here, not really doing much. Looks like it's going in for an attack, though, so it's going to take a look at that. Banelings do almost completely melt down. There is a single Widow Mine there. It did take some damage from that, but it did not end up dying completely. And oh, there's a drop here of a couple Marines and a Widow Mine as well, but it did take down a couple Banelings, and there is another attack there. He's just kind of trickling his Marines in little bits at a time, and he does end up evacuating that out just in time. And now he's doing yet another drop here, and the dropship's probably going to go down to these Mutalisks. It does indeed go down, and now the forces are engaging across this wall. One single roach goes down. Still nothing happening down here. The Zerg is pretty much playing defensively at the moment, and these Banelings are gone. They did actually do a lot of damage to the Widow Mines there, and it took down a couple of Marines as well. That's kind of creepy music. I like it though. Alright, so here is another Terran Deathball coming in, and he's still just harassing with these units, just doing as much as he can. Gonna go ahead and take down this Queen before all of his Marines die. And, Banelings are gonna go down to the Widow Mines again. Again though, the splash damage does take down the Widow Mines, so it's not going too poorly for the Zerg. I mean, he's still taking down most of those Widow Mines, but in the meantime, this split push over here is, it's doing a lot of damage. There was a lot of Banelings in there, but the Widow Mine were able to take down pretty much that entire Baneling group. But this drop is still continuing, while in the meantime, the Terran army over here got pretty well cleaned up. There is a Widow Mine here, and it's going to take out a lot of Zerglings. How many did it take out there? It's at 7 now, and this one is at 11. They are actually doing a lot of damage. This thing's coming up pretty soon. And there's actually still an attack going on over here. He's just dropping like crazy. And this guy's actually going to die. The Queen is going down to the Marine. Did that thing fire yet? Not yet. Soon, maybe. Soon. Oh, so close. So very close. This is still happening over here, amazingly. There's only a couple Marines left, though, so they are going to get mopped up. And now the Zerg is doing a counterattack over here. And this command center is not going to be able to land anyway. And the Zerg counterattack is actually getting completely cleaned up here. So the Overlord is pushed off, but it is still delaying this command center just because of the fact that the creep is there. It cannot plant there at all until that is gone. A couple Banelings here. They did end up finally taking down this destructible debris, so a Zergling run-by is a possibility now. Zergling and or Baneling. So we'll probably be seeing some of that fairly soon. Probably during this attack would be my guess. We'll have to see, though. The attack is coming in. There is another scan here. I don't know where. Kind of wish it would tell you that. Oh, wait. There it is. Right there. Okay. So he's actually using that scan yet again to go ahead and take down these creep tumors. And down goes that one. Here goes another one. And this is the main battle up here, taking down a lot of the Zerg stuff. There are Ultralisks in battle, though, and that is apparently GG. So QuanticHyun has actually surrendered, and that is the end of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.